Hello, YouTube family. Auntie is here. I'm Patty Jackson. I'm your auntie of pop culture. There's the giggles, there's the curls, there's the scoop, my faces, imitations, you name it. Come on, let's get a hug. Because we start off with hugs because you never know who may need a hug. We have a lot to unfold today. We're going to start with Wendy Williams. How long have I been saying there's something wrong here? She is checked into a wellness center. Now, they don't want it called a rehab center, even though the basic problem may be alcohol. They do not want it called a rehab center. She is checked into a wellness center. Her mental health is important. I think for the path for her to regain some of her life is to check into a wellness center. And let's hope that it goes well for the spectacular career that she has had. You hate to see it end on a bad note. I hope she can make a spectacular comeback, some sort of comeback, but her mental health, let's pray that she can get back to her right frame of mind. But Wendy in a wellness center. Interesting day for R. Kelly, the Chicago trial. Let's unload some things here. He was found guilty on child pornography charges, but there was split verdict. A split verdict. He wasn't found guilty on everything. They based everything on the 3 videotapes with a 14-year-old girl years ago that he peed on, centered around her. He was found guilty of enticement of a minor, but found not guilty of filming himself. It was really interesting how they brought about these charges and what he was guilty of and what he was guilty of. He was acquitted with 2 other guys on charges of trying to get the tapes back and with the pornography. So they dropped those charges against R. Kelly and the 2 associates. This trial, they had 34 witnesses on the stand. 5-week trial. He could get 10 to 90 years in jail. And now they're saying he's already sentenced to 30. So they may have these sentences go back. I mean, think about it. Even if he only got 10 years, that's 40. He's 54. He's never getting out of prison. And they're making sure of that. His defense said that he was overcharged, that they were just piling all kind of things on R. Kelly. The 14-year-old girl who was 14 at the time this all happened, because she lied in the other trial. What made her come forward now? She said she was tired of living with R. Kelly's lies. Sentencing is set for next month. R. Kelly said nothing. He refused to testify. They said he showed absolutely no emotion in that courtroom. So this is interesting, and there's still another trial that's coming out, but sentencing should be taking place next month. Shakeup at CNN. My Don Lemon is no longer going to have Don Lemon tonight on CNN. He is still going to be on the network, but they're moving Don to mornings. I reached out to him. I said, are you okay? He says it was time for a change. He was tired of working until midnight. He's moving to the morning show with 2 other ladies. It's going to have a new name. It's going to have a new format. It's going to debut the end of this year. He says he is ready for the next chapter, and CNN is showing the next chapter. Now, there's major things going on at CNN. I don't think you're going to have Anderson Cooper there. I don't think he's there for long. The new boss at CNN, it's kind of like a Fox News guy, and they're calling CNN Fox News Light. So you may have noticed it. I know someone mentioned it to me that was just a little different. But Don has spent 8 years in prime time. A lot of people are saying it's a demotion. Don is saying it's not a demotion. He looked forward to working in the morning, but there are changes afoot at CNN. And they're starting this big change that they're mapping out with Don Lemon now in the morning. Quinta Brunson, she was on Jimmy Kimmel last night, and she got her apology from Jimmy Kimmel. During the Emmys, I guess at one of those parties, Cheryl Lee Ralph got with Jimmy Kimmel and said, you owe her an apology. That was disrespectful. And a lot of you felt it was disrespectful. Quinta went on the show last night to finish her speech that was kind of interrupted with this comedy bit that went nowhere. And Jimmy said it was a bad comedy bit, and I apologize. She also said something that I loved. She won for Best Writing. Shirley Ralph won for Best Supporting Actress in a Comedy. A lot of people are like, well, why didn't they win for Best Comedy? She says it's not time for Abbott Elementary to win a Best Comedy. And I like that because you hate for a show. Let's think of Empire. Remember when Empire first started? It was the hottest show on the block. Incredible ratings. Then it all came crashing down. Quinta wants the show to last. She wants it to go down as one of the greats in TV history, which means you must last a while and you must go into syndication because that's where the money is. It's a show still in progress and still so new. And check this out, y'all. It still didn't have a full season. Abbott Elementary debuted at the beginning of the year, but now it's a full season, more episodes, things like that. I liked how she said that because you don't want things so fast, so furious. Let it be a nice, slow climb. Nice, slow climb. That means you're going to have some staying power. Whitney Houston, the trailer dropped for I Want to Dance with Somebody. Naomi Ackie is playing Whitney Houston. Now, what you're going to know and what you need to know, Naomi is doing the acting, but it's Whitney Houston's voice that's singing. I was watching the trailer getting chills. Every time I hear the national anthem that she does, it just gives me goosebumps. It's Whitney's voice, and they're using Whitney's voice. Now, what makes this different from all the other Whitney Houston? This is a celebration of Whitney and her voice. And I don't care what nobody says. She's just one of the greatest voices of our generation. Yes, she had many flaws, but they're not going to dwell on the flaws. They're going to dwell on the greatness of Whitney Houston's voice. I don't even know the actor who's playing Bobby Brown. All they did was show the back of his head in the trailer. So I don't even know what point they're going to show with him. They talk about her relationship with Robin Crawford. And I guess the older Robin Crawford is played by West Philadelphia's own Nafisa Williams, my girl. Are they wrong not to show the flaws? I really hope they don't give the thing that Whitney and Bobby didn't love each other, because through all the madness and the drugs, I think they loved each other. Some love is just not healthy. But this movie is going to focus on her voice, and it comes out in theaters December 21st. I have already said, I want to do absolutely nothing that weekend, because if that movie comes out on the 21st, The Best Man, the Final Chapters comes out the 22nd on the Peacock Network. I said, this is nothing going to be but Knives Out's coming out. That weekend before the holiday, I said, I think I'm just had to take off so I can check out some great shows. But I'm interested to see what they do, the story. But it's Whitney Houston's voice, which is a smart move because her voice was just amazing. They go into when she wasn't getting played a lot on black radio because her music was too pop. And she was like, I don't sing black. I don't sing white. I just sing. That's how powerful her voice is. So I think it's going to show another side. And if you haven't seen the trailer, see the trailer. It's all on YouTube. It's on my IG at WDAS Patty. But check it out. I need to know your thoughts. I'm excited. I think I'm amped because they're using the voice of Whitney Houston. Nick Cannon, who I just never like to talk about him. He and these kids, they get on my nerves. Baby number 9 is here. This one is by a black woman. She is a model who was on Deal or No Deal, The Price is Right. She's a model, photographer, actress who never talked about Nick Cannon being the father of her child until now. A baby girl entitled Onyx. Nick Cannon loves pretty girls with long hair. He does. He loves pretty girl because they say he's the type. I said, yeah, you got to be pretty and you got to have long hair. But baby number 9 is here. David Arnold, the Netflix and stand-up comedian who passed away. I have not been able to find any information on like memorial or funeral services. His family asking for privacy. He left behind a wife, 2 daughters. I was just trying to find, when are services? When can people pay their respects? Will they be having it in Los Angeles? Still trying to find out information on David Arnold. October the 5th, I think, is the date we're going to find out the new James Bond. It's not Idris, y'all. It's not. I know everybody said, we want Idris. It's not Idris. But on October the 5th, I think we're going to find out who the next. Whoever it is, they're going to be in their 30s because they want to get some runs out of them. And they don't just put out James Bond movies every year. It takes years, so they want somebody they can get some mileage out of. There's a new Tupac docuseries coming on the FX channel next winter, 5-part. Director Alan Hughes debuted it at the Toronto Film Festival, and he has history with Tupac because Tupac was supposed to be in the movie Menace to Society, and Alan Hughes fired him, and Tupac and his boys beat him up. The docuseries is entitled Dear Mama, and it's really a love letter about him and his mom, who was a former Black Panther member, and their relationship. At the movies tomorrow, Viola Davis, John Boyega, we're talking The Woman King, about a group of powerful women warriors who look to seize control over several towns in Africa. It's based on a true story in the 18th and 19th centuries. Tiffany Haddish and Ari Spears accused in this strange, and I call it strange because wait till you hear the next chapter, this suit. They're being, sued. They said Tiffany witnessed Ari Spears, some kind of movie. It was really crazy. Now the accusers want to talk settlement. Why are we so quick to talk about a settlement? What about, if it's true, to go to trial? They are ready to talk about a settlement. So Tiffany said it was some kind of shakedown. It's sounding more and more like a shakedown that she had no business being in before she got famous. Proud Family, Louder and Prouder. Get ready for season 2, debuting on Disney Plus, February 2023. Boy, oh boy, there's so much on TV next week. There's so much going on now. Leave us a comment. Give us a thumbs up. Especially if you see that new Whitney Houston trailer. I really just want to know what you think. Because I know it's too many. It's so many. It's da-da-da-da-da. Leave a comment. Give us a thumbs up. I do read the comments. Most of the time, either late at night, or if I have an appointment or just something like that going on. It's not cute not knowing. And thanks so much for joining me. I'm Patty Jackson. I am your auntie of pop culture.